We're about to take a word that you probably use every single day, a word you think you know inside and out, and show you the surprising power that's packed inside of it. And that word is step.
So how much work can one simple word really do in a language? Seriously, to find out, we're putting a single, four-letter word under the microscope, the word step. And, well, you might be surprised by what we find.
All right, let's start with things that are the clearest, with step as a physical action. This is the meaning we all learn first, and it's the one we use most often.
Okay, so as a verb, the definition is about as straightforward as it gets. To step is to move one foot. It's the very first building block of walking, right? A totally fundamental unit of human motion captured in one little word.
This example shows it perfectly. When you walk, you step many times. See, walking isn't just one single action. It's a whole series of steps, repeated over and over again. The word itself helps us build that bigger idea.
But this is where things get a lot more interesting. The word builds from a physical movement into a whole collection of abstract ideas when we use step as a noun.
As a noun, step actually splits into three pretty distinct meanings. So we're going to look at each one. The movement itself, a piece of a larger plan, and the physical object we climb on.
So the first noun meaning is directly related to the verb, but there's a key difference. Here, a step isn't the action itself, it's the result, a single, countable thing. For example, take one step forward. It's not about the continuous action of stepping, it's the result, that one single step. It's a subtle but really important difference. Now here, we make this huge leap from the physical to the metaphorical. A step is no longer about moving your feet, it's about moving a project or a plan forward. It becomes a stage in a process.
And here's a perfect practical example of that. Baking bread requires a sequence of actions, right? Well, heating the oven is a crucial part of that sequence. It's one step in the recipe for success.
And finally, we have the third noun definition, which brings us right back to something physical and concrete. A step is an object, a surface that actually allows us to climb.
This is probably most familiar to us in its plural form, steps, like in a staircase. Each individual surface helps us gain height, taking us from one level to another.
So we have one verb and three distinct noun meanings. How did this one little word get so much responsibility? Well, it turns out step isn't just any word. It's part of a very exclusive club.
That's right. The reason for its versatility isn't just an accident. Step was chosen for a very specific purpose because, well, it has a special status in the English language.
And here's the secret. Step is one of just 850 words on the basic English list. This was a specially designed core vocabulary meant to express complex ideas using a really small but powerful set of words.
Just think about that number, 850 words. These are the essential building blocks, and they were selected for their power and flexibility. Step made the cut because it can do the job of many other, more complicated words. And this isn't just some theoretical choice either. The data backs it up. It's also one of the 1,000 most common head words. You can think of them as the root words you'd find in a dictionary. Its power really comes from its constant everyday use.
So, what does all of this mean? It means that the simplest words are often the most powerful. They really are the fundamental components we use to build our biggest and most complex thoughts.
So think about the journey of this one word. It's an action, it describes a movement, it outlines a process, and it names a physical object. All of that meaning is packed into just 4 letters, which makes it an incredibly efficient and core word for communication.
This leaves us with a pretty powerful idea to chew on. If a word as simple as step can do all of this, just imagine what we can achieve when we truly understand and master the building blocks of our own language.